You have all the symptoms of Candida. So you cut down on sugar, dairy, and wheat. You eat loads of probiotics, as they say. Yet, it just gets worse, and you don't understand why. Let's find out more from this case study.
She's working in the finance, so basically long hours and travel. There was always a case of, like dietary issues all the time. She was not having a good lifestyle. She was a very sweet craver as well, so lots of sugar things going. So we thought it was more of that dietary stuff. We did all the changes and all of these things, but still it wasn't getting better. And I sent in for a swab again. It came up as negative culture. This was negative 2 or 3 times. All the symptoms were positive. That she was feeling all these things of itching, burning, discharge. But the cultures were negative. So
you think it's the diet, and then you cut down on your sugars and carbs. And then you do a vaginal swab, but it comes back negative more than once.
We decided to look at the microbiome, the vaginal microbiome in this case.
Okay.
And in this situation, I would do it because it'll tell me if there's anything else going on.
What did you find out?
She had very high levels of lactobacillus.
Dr. Kamat explained to me that this is called cytolytic vaginosis, otherwise known as lactobacillosis.
So cytolytic is usually because of very high levels of lactobacillus. And because she was having this Candida infection, she started using a lot of probiotics on a regular basis. pH is important here because in Candida, the pH is usually less than 4.5. But if it gets too acidic, then it tends to have, this lactobacillus growing. And in BV, it's the opposite. The pH is more than 4.5.
Okay.
So that's how we do distinguish. You also do those pH strips and see, where the pH lies.
Okay, so in her case, you found a lot of lactobacillus.
Yes.
And then what did you do?
So we don't want it to be too acidic. So we were using a lot of antimicrobials in this case, which is pretty much, oregano and all these things to just get rid of the lactobacillus, but also using probiotics, which do not have the lactobacillus.
Off the top of your head, which strains were you choosing instead of?
I did use more of the reuteri. We did some bifidobacteria.
Instead of that particular lactobacillus strain, you use bifido, and then you use another lactobacillus, reuteri, right?
This patient had abnormal vaginal discharge and everything that's indicative of Candida. Dieting did not help. Doing a vaginal swab only showed up as negative. Finally, Dr. Kamat said, let's look at the vaginal microbiome. And voila, mystery solved. It's cytolytic vaginosis, also known as lactobacillosis. Last of all, please remember that Dr. Kamat emphasizes testing for pH. We know that Candida is associated with low pH, acidic, and bacterial vaginosis is associated with high pH, alkaline. I learned something and I hope you did too. Watch more to learn about BV and Candida. We have many more videos coming up.